Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's June 8th. I think it's a Tuesday. June 8th, 2022. And this is my Lance Jochims custom home builder from Waukesha, Wisconsin update. I'd like to report that things have been completed. Lance has honored his contracts. But as you all know about Lance, that just hasn't happened. So the question today is, along with a little update, is why is it that Lance Jochims, my contractor, is unable to successfully complete a single agreement he has? Both verbal and written, he can't do it. Well, I'll leave that up to you. I have lots of opinions on it, and I'll give you my opinions. Now, as a refresher, this house was supposed to be done January of 2021. It was a written contract. Of course, Lance didn't do it. Then he gave a verbal agreement in front of witnesses saying, oh, he'll have the house done by April 1st. April 1st, 2021, I'll have the house done. Well, in April, Lance left the site never to return. He's yet to return since that time. That's April of 2021. We're now June of 2022. So we went to mediation back in November of 2021, where a third contract was signed, and Lance agreed to do things like siding, doors, painting, all the things that were not done from the January contract and from the April contract. So now we're looking at, oh God, what is it? November of 2021. We're now 6 months past that. And I know everybody sit down. Everybody take a big deep breath, sit down, make sure that you don't faint. The house is still not done. So what has happened is that Lance decided not to finish repairing the siding. Now, just a refresher, we've had two people say, hey, the siding's wrong, it needs to be removed, reattached. Well, Lance has decided not to do it. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who's followed this story, this very sad, sad story. Lance has not been able to complete any of the three agreements, any of the three contracts he's done. Some call that a breach. Maybe that's a legal term. I don't know. I guess I would consider it a breach. So we're now sitting here with the house not completed. Lance has just stopped working on it. Now, this is consistent with Lance from a year ago in January and April. He just decides he doesn't want to do it anymore. He walks away. And one of the things about Wisconsin law is that contractors have full reign. You can't do anything to them unless it's specifically written in the contract. You're absolutely powerless. So like I've said before, make sure if you have a house being built, you take the contract to an attorney who understands real estate. And be wise. Make sure there are consequences to failure to complete. That's all I can say. So Lance decided about a week ago, roughly a week ago, to cash me out. Now realize there's about $40-some thousand left in the title company for the fourth and final payment, which I haven't paid Lance. And from all I can tell, I'm not going to. Lance said that he would give me $1,000 if I would walk away and give him the fourth and final payment of $40-some thousand. But in that agreement, realize all this siding has to be taken off, both up above us and below. All this siding up there, the shingles and the horizontal stuff has to be removed, re-nailed. All the holes have to be caulked, but he was willing to give me $1,000. Well, he wanted a counteroffer, so I said $38,000. Well, surprise, surprise, he wasn't willing to do that. So he gave me another counteroffer about 10 days later. He gave me $2,200. $2,200. But understand that in his offer, I would be obligated to pay a second time for all the siding. If in the process of pulling the siding off for the $2,200 and putting it back on, they discovered that the siding was damaged, I'd get to pay for the new siding. Now, any of you who have shopped for construction materials in the last 2 years understands that that's crazy. I mean, $2,200. I doubt that I could get one side of this building in terms of vinyl done. And so that's what Lance calls being generous. I'll give you $2,200 to do a $35,000 job, but you've got to pay for the replacement siding. Now, understand, I've already paid for this stuff already, but Lance thinks that because he installed it incorrectly, which has been demonstrated by two separate individuals, forensic construction guys, that I should somehow pay for the new siding a second time. So what I've been doing is every time he makes an offer, my counter offer is another $300 more than what I did before. So it's going to go 38, then it's going to go 38,300, then it's going to go 38,600, then it's going to go 38,900, and you can see the pattern there. Because every time he engages my attorney, it costs about $300. So philosophically, my attitude is, no matter what agreement you make with Lance Jochims, custom home builder, Waukesha, Wisconsin, he never follows through. So why would anyone, including me or anyone else, ever make a fourth agreement with Lance? He's not going to follow through. He's never followed through anyway. It's been what? Has it been 18 months since this house was supposed to be done? And Lance has not followed through with a single contract. He hasn't completed what he said he was going to do. Life goes on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, someday he's going to have to say, okay, Lance Jochims is going to have to finish the building as agreed to. I'm not going to negotiate. That's just nuts. Because one, it would involve a fourth contract. And he has a track record of not finishing any of his contracts. And this isn't just me. You know, my attorney will tell you the same thing. We've got the emails. This isn't speculation or supposition. This is just the way Lance rolls. And that's just the way it is. So what have I learned? Some people you just can't trust. They don't believe that their bond is their word. They'll say they'll do something, and then they won't do it. Now, part of Lance's agreement of $2,200, that's $2,200, is he's now just ignoring the 4 doors that still need to be done correctly. He just decided, after being told the 4 doors are still not correct inside the house, that no, according to him, they're correct. And that sort of seems typical of Lance. He just looks at something and goes, nope, I disagree with you. They're done. Even though objectively they don't meet the building standards, he just decides they're done. So Lance is very much a his way or the highway kind of guy. Well, I have the 4th and final payment sitting at the title company that cannot be released until I say it's okay. So that money I've already spent. It can sit there for another decade. I've already spent the money. Now, obviously, the house isn't done, but I don't have a choice. Lance Jochims is unwilling to honor any of his agreements. He can't do it. Don't know why. Have no clue why. He's never explained it. Nobody knows why. My attorney doesn't know why. His attorney doesn't know why. So life goes on. I suspect I'll have another report in a month. And another report in a month. I may start switching these out to 2 months because there's really nothing new with Lance. Lance is who Lance is. And I don't trust him. I don't know anybody who trusts Lance. Simply not a trustworthy person, in my opinion. And I think the facts support that. So we'll just keep humming along. See what happens. It rained about 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch today. And you can obviously see, I'm changing the subject now. Sorry, this is a transition. My lawn is getting green. You can see there's some fertilizer sitting there. Put the fertilizer on, put a couple of applications. It's really greening up. It's a new lawn, fair number of weeds. That's the way new lawns are. It's looking good. The landscaping looks good. I've done some weeding over here, and it's all good. Now, tomorrow, Thursday. Yes, tomorrow is Thursday. I am going to go the Milwaukee Mile, and I'm going to track the RX-8. So you always have to put life into perspective. Yeah, things can suck. Things can be a bummer. Things can be a hassle. But I am a glass half full kind of guy. Life is good. I've got friends. I've got family. I've got things I get to do. I attended a friend's daughter's graduation this weekend. It was a great party. The graduation was awesome. She's going off to college. So always look at the positive. The house is actually a pretty nice house. I don't know why Lance doesn't want to finish it, but that's his decision. I have no control over this human being. So that's the lesson. You don't control people. People control themselves. Lance is unable to honor his agreements. He just can't do it. Now, is that nature? Is that nurture? I've met his father and mother, and they are the nicest, sweetest people I've ever met. So I don't think it was environmental influences. I think that's just the way he is. It's like blue eyes, brown eyes. It's tall, short. It's genetic. I think it's nature. And I wish I was able to give you a happy ending, that Lance would honor his agreement and come in and just do the job and get it done. But I don't think that's his style. And if we had evidence of it, I suspect I'm not the first person to suffer from Lance's style. So life goes on. I love you all. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video. I do enjoy the fact that I get to record the progress. And life is good. I hope you're having a great day. Like I said, tomorrow's supposed to be sunny and warm. The following week, next week, it's supposed to be up in the 80s, which means that I can legitimately wear sandals and shorts without looking a little goofy. I mean, wearing shorts and sandals and t-shirt in this kind of weather is more like an adolescent behavior, but it's okay. I'm having a good time. So I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.